Samsung Galaxy S10 has been announced. We're skipping the intro. We're getting right into this one right here. Samsung launched about 16 million products today. I'm just kidding with you. They launched like 7 or 8 things. It's really hard to keep track of everything they did launch, but it started as usual with DJ Co. But before DJ Co got on stage, they did something different from Apple. Whereas Apple announced their 10th anniversary iPhone 10 at the end of the event, Samsung came right out blazing with the Galaxy Fold. I think they really wanted to wow the crowd, and to my surprise, well, probably not to my surprise due to all the leaks, was people were not that amazed. I was shocked at the very little claps and the very little wows and oohs and ahs in the crowd. There didn't seem to be that many. Now, this could be because most of these are media people in the crowd who've been following the trends and know that it's coming, and it just doesn't surprise them too much. But, you know, maybe some consumers, maybe you at home was interested. Let me know if you were excited about that Galaxy Fold launch. I thought it was pretty cool. I think it looks a lot sleeker and better than what I was expecting it to look like. Although I might have seen a little bit of a crease when DJ Co did show it off on stage. It's 4.6 inches on the front. It does fold into like a little tablet, but where Samsung really got me scratching my head is no S Pen. Where's the S Pen on a device like this? I know they're trying to keep their Note line separate, but still, $1,980 with taxes. This is a $2,000 phone. Yes, you get 12 gigabytes of RAM, over a terabyte of storage, which is more than most laptops do offer you. But still, this is not a laptop, and there's no pen. That could have just been the cherry on top. The Galaxy S10 Plus, the S10e, the S10 were the next thing that were discussed. DJ Co went on about how many Galaxies been sold, over 2 billion, you know, some stats about the company, stuff like that. And then they got into the Galaxy S10 Plus, where they mostly focused on the S10 Plus, not the S10e, not the S10, kind of like what Apple did with the 10R, where they didn't really focus on it too much at their event. Samsung kind of did the same thing here and focused most of their attention on their best offering, the S10 Plus, which you can pre-order tomorrow, by the way. Trade-in values up to $550 on your Galaxy S9, S9 Plus if you had one. So the things that were focused on the most was probably the cameras. The triple camera system here that now comes here, dual pixel AF on the main shooter. Then you do have an ultra wide angle, the widest 123-degree field of view you can ever find on a smartphone. Wow. That's a mouthful right there, but definitely one of the widest you're gonna ever see on a smartphone. Super steady shot in video. Supposedly it's gonna be as steady as an action camera. I don't know if it's gonna beat things like a GoPro Hero 7. We'll have to see, but if what they're claiming is true, this is gonna be one amazing camera to shoot video, but of course you're gonna have 4K 60 and all the other goodies in there. And you also have ultra wide panoramic mode, and of course you do have the telephoto zooming. So super versatile camera coming to this phone. Also 2 lenses on the Galaxy S10 on the front, so 5 cameras in total. So not the first phone to do that, but still, really, this is pretty awesome to see that the camera game is just getting better and better, especially if you're gonna pay this kind of money. You want your device to do everything. Galaxy S users are gonna love this. So I'm very happy about what I've seen with the camera. However, they were comparing it to DSLRs and, you know, saying like, oh, the cameras are definitely taking a chunk out of this market and blah, blah. Look, when you got a sensor that's less than a 1 inch, less than a APS-C, less than a full frame, if you don't know what I'm talking about with cameras, you can just kind of Google it, APS-C or full frame sensors. If you don't know what I'm talking about, imagine a square. So a full frame sensor is like an eye looking through this little sensor right here. The Galaxy S9 still has a phone sensor, which is a lot tinier, like this little hole right here. So definitely you're gonna see not as good quality as any DSLR combined with an amazing lens, but still for a phone, it should be beating every other phone out there right now, as it kind of does that in the industry where one camera will be better, then the next phone comes out and another camera will be better. It's going to be interesting to see how it performs next to the XS Max as well as the Huawei Mate 20 Pro, for example. Another big thing they announced with these phones was the reverse wireless charging. So reverse wireless charging, my reactions to this were it's cool. I probably will forget it's there. I got a case on it. I'm probably not going to be using it much, but it's still cool if you want to wireless charge somebody else's phone, but then you're losing battery on your own phone. So you want to sacrifice some of your battery for your friend's battery. Oh, you're a nice person if you did. If you didn't, you're still a nice person potentially, but you just want to preserve your battery life. Wireless charging should definitely be useful for those of you who are going to be using the Galaxy Buds a lot, as well as that Galaxy Active Watch. That's probably more use case than, you know, charging another phone, for example. Reactions overall to the S10 Plus were pretty positive, actually a little bit more fanfare even than the Fold device. So the S10 Plus, I think, got quite a bit of, you know, praise from the crowd. Definitely a lot of claps, oohs and ahs on a few things here and there. So wasn't a bad announcement. I think the S10 Plus definitely stole the show here for probably the most exciting thing offered at this point in the show. Prices are as follows: S10e $799, S10 $899, and $999 for the S10 Plus. So that's $100 under iPhone. Now, consider this, iPhone XR is like $750. I believe this S10e is gonna have 128 gigs of storage. It's expandable at $799. So it's $50 more for more storage. The 128 gigabyte iPhone XR is also $799. So it's identical pricing to the XR for the S10e. Gives you a dual camera, a better screen, and some can argue a better design overall. We'll have to see how that plays out. I will be comparing those on the channel as well. $899 gets you the S10. That's $100 cheaper than the iPhone XS. That's gonna be probably the phone I think that's the most boring of these three, because you either get the cheap S10e or you get the premium S10 Plus. And the S10 Plus goes to $999. That's $1,000 or $100 again cheaper than the XS Max. So Samsung has undercut Apple here, but still these prices are increases over last year's phone. So we didn't see price decreases here. We've seen price increases this year. To me, these prices are still up there, and definitely the Apple of Android is Samsung this year. Then the event got a little bit slower, not as exciting when they started announcing the Galaxy Buds. We already knew this was coming. They come in black, yellow, or white. You're gonna get a free one if you pre-order any of these new S10s tomorrow, so get on it if you want these free buds. They're probably gonna be like 160, 150 when they do go for sale by themselves. So this is a good little throw-in for a pre-order. Samsung does this every year. Galaxy Watch Active is an update to the Gear Sport of last year. So another, you know, fitness watch. The Apple Watch is kind of running things in the watch space with the EKG feature. So I don't think it's going to be the best watch on the market, but still a nice option if you do like, you know, a redesigned Gear Sport type of watch. And what I was really excited about was the Gear Fit. I actually really like the Gear Fit tracker because it's super light. It doesn't weigh down your wrist at all. It has all the fitness features and the time, and this new one has up to a week-long battery life. Now, there was a couple claps, but I found that pretty nice. Having a week-long battery life in a watch is pretty amazing. Now, some people are gonna mention the Amazfit Bip and all these other little watches that are getting 30-day battery life. We're talking about Samsung here. So Samsung Gear Fit, 1 week battery life, not bad. Then the Galaxy S10 5G. Just when you thought the event was pretty much ending, we have the S10 5G, the phone that has no launch date right now. We have no pricing on it yet. It's gonna launch only with Verizon, which I'm not with, so I'm not gonna be getting 5G right away. I'm still gonna pick up the phone if they still sell it, but 5G only coming to Verizon in the US at start, and then in other countries like Europe, you're gonna get things like T-Mobile and Sprint, for example. So there's definitely, you know, little carrier support right now. 5G is an emerging technology, but if you're gonna invest in a phone, 5G phone might be the way to go, especially at these price points of these new smartphones. The other S10s are just like the iPhone XS, XR, XS Max. They're like 4G LTE. They're 4G LTE phones. So this 5G phone, what I really liked about this 6.7-inch display. So biggest on a Samsung yet, bigger than even the Note 9. No S Pen again. The Note 9 will probably have the same size of screen. One thing I really liked is in video, you can blur the background in video on the 5G phone. So that is a huge feature, especially for content creators like me. That's amazing because for once you can do that. Before you were able to just, you know, you got to focus it and then the aperture, hopefully the aperture will just blur it automatically. Now you can control that yourself. So that's a nice feature. Also, it gets the dynamic HDR display. So the S10 5G is loaded with all the features of the smaller ones with even more. I think there was like a fourth camera on there as well. So this is the beast of the day, the S10 5G, but you can't buy it just yet, probably sometime in April. Overall, this event was much more exciting to me than last year's S event, probably the best launch since the S8 launch, but really the leaks kind of killed this event. You kind of expected everything. There was a little bit of excitement, but most of the media people in the crowd, they knew everything that was coming. So it was just like, okay, let's get on. It's just another day at the office meaning on their laptops doing the journalistic stuff. Basically everybody knew what was coming. So there was no real big surprises here, but at least we got to see them visually in our eyes now. You know, they are actually in reality now. No more leaks. The leaks are over. And now on to the next thing. MWC is the next event where we're going to see other devices come as well. The LG G8 Thin Q coming. The LG V50, I believe, is coming. We're gonna see the P30 Pro soon. So there's a lot of other phones coming. These are just the Samsung devices. At the end of the day, I think these devices are definitely improvements over last year. I don't think they're devices you have to rush and get. With the trade-in values, you can get these at significantly cheaper prices than the ones I mentioned. So don't see $799 and think that's a $799. If you trade in a S9, you'll get that thing for $250. So with the trade-in, getting Galaxy Buds, it could be a good value if you pre-order this device. Again, Samsung phones, they tend to lose value quicker than, Apple phones, for example. So some might want to wait a while to pick these up. When they do come down, there'll be discounts throughout the year, of course. And in April is when the real beasts are coming, which is the 5G S10 and the Galaxy Fold. These are the devices of the future. So if you really want to invest in the future of Samsung, you want to keep your phone for a very long time, I'd consider waiting till April when those two devices are likely to appear. I think there's definitely innovation here. Foldable phone is innovative. 5G is innovative. Finally, we're seeing some true innovation, but with people having such good phones, it's harder than ever to get people excited, to get people to buy a new phone. So with that being said, I think the S10e is going to be the hottest seller. But what was your favorite device launched today, and which one are you going to pick up? Comment that down below. I love to chat with you. Super excited to talk to you guys about this one. So please get your comments in down below. Helps the community to learn some more information about everything that was launched today as well. Have fun down there. Don't be mean to each other. Subscribe if you haven't already. I will have all three of these phones and those other little accessories on the channel as well, so you don't want to miss out on that. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will catch you all in the next episode. Nick here. Be sure to be well and peace.